Hello, Awesome Soul here, and get excited because, as you saw by the title, custom games are coming very, very soon. All this information, of course, is gained by the Dev Jam number 8, written by Mark Simmons, the game director, and of course, it is all about custom games. And as per usual, I figured I'd go through it with you guys and give my thoughts and opinions on everything. To start out the article, Mark goes off and gives some great news. Number 1, custom games will be free for everyone, and there is going to be no attempt at monetizing it in any way. So that means regardless of whether you have premium or you don't have premium, you will be able to access every feature that custom games has to offer. Good news part 2, we will be allowing Robocraft fans to access early alpha version of custom games on Thursday, but more information on that below, or in my case, later in the video. Good news number 3. We want to see this feature grow, providing maximum freedom to all Robocraft fans to play the way they want. Initially, the freedom will be limited, but this is only to get the basic form out to you a lot sooner, so they'll build on it as it goes. And over time, more and more freedoms will be added. The guys are working on this and will keep working on it until we add a lot more functionality. All very good stuff to hear. It seems like they're going to be adding a lot of features to custom games, especially later on down the road. And from the other things I've seen in the article, it seems like there's going to be some very, very fun, interesting game modes to come out of this. And good news number 4. We have all seen the amazing community video by Frommy, and although our interface for the custom games will not be identical to this, we do plan to offer as many of the freedoms that exist in the video, and should hopefully get them into custom games sooner or later. So there we have all of the good news, but of course the good news does not stop there. That was merely the good news section. Now we get on to the rest of the article, and this one is detailing what they talked about in point 2, and that is the custom games alpha. How exactly are they going to handle this? Well, custom games has taken a lot of development time and effort to support. We've had to rework our entire server infrastructure and lobby code just to enable it. We have tested it internally as much as we can, but it's hard to predict how popular the feature will be and how many users will be using it, and therefore how the infrastructure will cope when it is launched. For these reasons, we have decided to do an alpha launch. And yeah, it does seem a little odd, but they actually do address that here. Yes, I know, an alpha launch inside of a beta game is just weird, but we really wanted to have a way to launch this and keep the rest of the game live and stable as we get it out to everyone. So, here's how it's going to work. On Thursday, the 11th of May, we will launch an update which will include this feature. However, the custom games button in the play menu will be disabled. We will then enable it for a certain random percentage of the users, checking to make sure everything is stable. If any issues arise, we will switch it off again, fix the issues, and then enable it again as quickly as possible. Here's the good news. We will increase the percentage of users who have access to the feature step by step and as fast as possible, which is very nice, until 100% of the users have access to this feature. When all seems stable, we will promote the feature to users who aren't paying attention to the website and who may want to come check it out. Most likely what they're going to do there is just simply do the in-game banner. You know, when you log in and it'll say, these items have been added, check them out. That's probably what they're going to do. Now, a few videos back, I did say that they were releasing the custom games in marks, as they say. So you got your Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, and Mark 4. At least that's what they have laid out here. They might add more, or there simply might be less. We don't know. Although they do seem rather adamant in saying that they're going to release it in 4 steps. So it seems like they have a pretty solid plan. At least I would hope anyway. Mark writes, we are going to release custom games in 4 stages. The first is Mark 1, which is the alpha release, which starts this Thursday, the 11th of May. The reason we're splitting it up like this is to get the feature out to you as quickly as possible. By doing it in step, we can get it out to you faster, and it can be stable a lot faster, and learn the way you're using the features, and you can give features on it when it is live. The stages will be as follows. Mark 1, you can invite 2 to 10 players to play private games, choose the game mode, choose the map, which is very good, and it would also have a private chat room just for your custom game. Mark 2 will be adding crate rewards to the game, probably based on time played, and many options and sliders will be added to change the game variables. Mark 3, this is something that many of you will be happy about. Mark 3, megabots can be built and played in custom games. And they don't exactly have anything laid out for Mark 4, at least in the same way that they laid them out for the other 3. But we have here, after that, assuming the feature is popular, we can look at adding public custom game support. Not entirely sure what that means, but they continue. Of course, we can change track at any point during production of these later stages to implement other more important features that you suggest you would like on the forums, etc. It really seems like they're going all out for community support when it comes to custom games. Marcus tweeted out that they're going to be looking at a lot of feedback for custom games, and not only that, they can actually change up and experiment with a lot of things that they can't really do in the main modes. So all of that is very good news for the Robocraft community. So upon the first initial release, this is how things are going to work. We also have an example of the interface for the alpha launch. Presumably this is exactly what it's going to look like, because there's not a whole lot of time left between now and the 11th. They might make a few tweaks, but what we see here is probably going to be the final result. It is fairly self-explanatory, but I will go through the most interesting ones, at least to me. Of course, if you want to read the whole thing for yourself, link is in the description. So, custom games are treated kind of like the same way that parties are, except in this case, there are 2 parties in the same lobby. So it's 2 parties with a max of 5 players. But you don't actually need to fill out either of the parties, so you could have a 1 vs 1, a 5 vs 1, 3v2, or 5v5, etc, etc. It's completely up to you. When players join the lobby, they will show up in the middle, and then you can drag and drop players between the 2 teams. You can also right-click to remove pesky players from your custom game. As to be expected, the leader is the one who is able to choose the game mode and the map, and of course in later versions, as many of the game options as they please as well. There are a fair few more points, but again, it's self-explanatory for the most part. Now we get into the very juicy stuff. This is Mark 2, and they say here they hope to launch Mark 2 around a month after Mark 1. And what Mark 2 will do is give the option to configure the game however the player likes. So this is a rather big list, but I will go through all of them because they are all pretty damn awesome, actually. So we have our general options, a slider for damage multiplier, health multiplier, power multiplier, the maximum ceiling height of the map, aka how high you're allowed to fly, the game time in minutes, a toggle for automatic health regen, and this one is my personal favorite, a exclusive list of items and cubes which are not allowed into the battle. Yes, a ban list. Although personally I would like to also see a white list, or I guess parts that are required to enter the game. So for example, if you wanted to have a flyers only battle, but you wanted to make sure that everybody was using a propeller plane. So you would make sure that the whitelist had the propeller in it, and that would then force every player to bring a bot that had at least one propeller on it. Maybe one day it'll get to the point where it'll have a list and it'll say you need to bring 4 of this item into the battle or else you can't enter the battle. That would be pretty cool, but I could see a little bit of a problem where somebody won't have the bot or the funds to buy a bot like it, and then everyone will be held up while they're waiting for that person to build whatever bot they need. But then again, it is custom games, so you're kind of in and among friends. Or at least, hopefully anyway, you would be using voice chat or something like that. Now, not only are we getting general options, but we're also getting gameplay specific options. So, Battle Arena only options. We have a slider for the respawn timer, a slider for the protonium harvest rate, a capture speed slider, core health, core destroy time, core appear frequency. This one is actually pretty cool. So theoretically, we could have it so the core constantly is appearing all the time, or it's constantly up all the time, but just has a crazy amount of health. That in itself could make for a rather cool custom variant. Not sure how you could use other sliders to make that into a proper game mode, but it's one thing that you could definitely keep in mind when making a wacky, crazy game mode. And a toggle for the capture segment memory. So what this is you know how when you're capping a point and then you leave the point, it will have those thirds? This will get rid of that. So as soon as you leave the point, if you have not capped it yet, it will automatically drain back down to 0%. And then a toggle for the base shields going down after you've capped all the points. Obviously, by default, that is set to off. So that's pretty cool. That means nobody could ever enter your base and steal your crystals. So that option, coupled with the core appearance frequency, could make for a interesting game mode, I guess. I can't quite picture it in my mind, but then again, it is like 2 in the morning right now and I'm dead tired. So my brain's working at like 75% capacity, but I'll probably get a better idea of how all that works once I actually test it. But again, we won't get Mark II for a little while. Now, Battle Arena is not the only game mode, obviously. There are other game modes, and they all have their own sliders. So, Deathmatch, you get the number of kills to win, and the respawn time. Elimination mode only has a single slider, and that is your capture speed. Hopefully they'll add more sliders in the future. What could actually be cool for the elimination mode is a life system, because normally in elimination mode you only have 1 life, and if you're dead, you're not coming back. So maybe if you add like 2 lives, the players would get a second chance or something like that. That would be kind of cool. It would let the first rush be super crazy hectic, and then the second rush would be a bit more cautious, I guess you could say. And then we have the pit, the mode that most people probably forgot about. But I certainly didn't. It was still deep in my heart, even though I never really played it. But anyways, we have a slider for the total points required to win. We have a slider for the respawn time. We have a toggle for the points multiplied by kill streak. This is one option that a ton of people will be very, very happy about. Because when Pit was an actual dedicated game mode, people would always complain and saying, oh, it's not skill-based, it's not whoever is the best, it's not whoever can get the most kills, it's whoever can get the most kill steals. And that was actually by design. But if you can toggle it off, that means you can actually have a proper free-for-all skirmish to the death without the crazy point multiplier, creating winners where there shouldn't really be winners. And interestingly enough, we have a minimum CPU slider and a maximum CPU slider, only for the pit mode, which I don't quite get. Honestly, I think min and max CPU should be a general option, not a pit only option. Hopefully that was a bit of an oversight on their part. And there we have it. I'm sure this video is probably going to be rather long. I could have added a wish list of sorts into here for things that I want to see, but I think I'll probably leave that for another video, because again, this has gone on for far too long. But for those who stuck around to the end, I do have an announcement to make, and that of course is the winners of the Window Maker update contest. So as a reminder, we have, in first place you get 2 Window Maker modules and 2 chain splitters, as well as 2 one-day premium codes. So that is 2 days of premium. In second place, you get 2 one-day premium codes. So again, that is 2 days worth of premium. And for third place, you get a 1-day premium code. Now let me go ahead and list off the winners. In third place, we have Void Breacher. In second place, we have Connor Fujishige. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. And in first place, we have Meme Robot. So, congratulations to all of you. So, how exactly do you get this prize? Well, to the winners, all you need to do is just simply send me a private message on YouTube, and I will hand out your prize through there. And there we have it. So that will bring the video to a close. Congratulations to all of the winners, and all of the viewers as well. Of course, there can only be 3 winners. I wish I could give all of you a premium code, but alas, I only had 5. Anyways guys, I of course have been the Awesome Soul. I thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take care.
Trying to cap. We are capping all points,
Yes.
guys. 1.
I don't think we can win this.
Saved. We can win with.
No,
we can
no,
win this.
no, I don't know.
Yes, look.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes.
Steal their core, steal their core, steal their core, steal their core. Holy
Go,
crap!
go, me,
Say-
defend me. Go, 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 go,
Take
go, go,
this!
go.
Take this!
Hammer it.
Fuck you! I have no power. Anyway, I'll try to take down everything. Try.
Go, come on. Come on, come on. Please,
Shoot,
please.
shot it, shot it! Come on!
Yes.
Do something!
Come on!
Yes, Robbie, yes.
Oh my god!
Holy
Yes!
crap!
Woo!
Oh my
That's
God.
how it's done.
Oh
Robbie,
god!
you
Oh
guys
god.
are legends, honestly. That was
The
insane.
Savage by me, Awesome Soul, and the other guys in the far point. My god!
Hot
My
damn.
god!
Oh my God, that was so close.